Weather's nice outside, right? Yes. What's good, everyone? What's good? What's good? What's good? Boy Nilante back with another one. And this one is going to be a bit different because I've been meaning to do this. And obviously, a few of you, big out shout out always Anfield Irishman, Eric, Norm, Ted, 88. Shout out to you guys. I'm big up Norm, you know what I mean? Telling me to just chill, big yourselves up, man. And again, what I'm gonna do. Subscribe to this. Subscribe to Anfield Irishman, Quasi Bold, Fuzzy TV, Norm's page. He's got old school Liverpool stuff, which I love the 80s. I love the 80s. Honestly, it takes me back. But anyway, I digress. Now we're gonna talk about YouTube content creators. I'm gonna talk about that. But first, I'm gonna call this and the emotional fools. I'm gonna say it again, the emotional fools. Yeah. All right, now let's get to it before I get into the content creators, the Liverpool content creators. Now, apologies, hands up, guys. Apologies. I've always apologized to Lady B, and Anfield Irishman. So obviously, the other night I was on Anfield Irishman. Again, go like, share, subscribe. Great show. And obviously, I was talking about. I'm going to address these two before I go on what I wanted to speak about. And I was speaking about, if anyone at the time said Liverpool weren't going to win the league at the start of last year, August, they're a liar. And obviously, Mr. Emotional, he who dares wins, aka Rodney, aka the Spurs fan, got upset saying you're calling me a liar, blah blah blah, this and that. You disrespecting me. All I just told him just to pipe down. I mean, like, oh, you go and look at my shows. Oh, it's on Brian Shaw. Oh, I can go back. Oh, and that. And obviously, I can't remember that back. But let's be real. I mean, is anyone really saying it? I'm sorry. But anyway, so, and the idiot and the clown comment. And then, again, over the top by me. That's my bad. I reacted, called him a waste man, stuff like that. You're an idiot. Name back. And I said, I'll come and see you. We can have a one-on-one. And a one-on-one means, just old school fist fight, which but pretty look, I'm a realist. It's pretty silly of me to someone who I ain't gonna see in life. And obviously he got angry. He's, oh, you're threatening me. That's twice you're threatening me. I'm a little bully. Oh god, you gotta make these emotional guys up, all because he's apparently, because I said anyone who didn't think that is a liar, and he got upset, he got offended. Really big deal. Come on, man. Everyone thought they'd win the league, and obviously, as you guys know, back and forth, and he's going back to the start of Brian's show, sending out his so-called receipts. Now, this is the same guy who's got an interracial family who said Luis Suarez is not racist. Now, come on, deep that. He's not racist. When he's been charged, he said what he said, and I'm not going to repeat the words. I think we know what he said. And I know Evra. I don't like Evra. I don't like him. He's obnoxious stuff, but you don't excuse racism. And this is the man. And that excused it and said, oh, my family's this and that. So if your family's interracial, why are you excusing a man who was racist? Dalglish's apologized. Carragher, everyone has apologized for the t-shirts. The club apologized as a club. And you are excusing that? Shows me what kind of person you are. And then he goes about threatening. I think I'm not gonna threaten anyone. I just said a simple old school situation. And that was it. But like I said, he's gonna be on other channels, and like I said, it is what it is anyway. He's free to do, just like I'm free to be on there, and another emotional one, just like Christian. Oh, this and that, players are rubbish. And even me, my fellow Ghanaian. Oh, Joe Gomez is useless. He targeted Joe Gomez. Still rubbish. And again, this is the problem, guys. Emotional football fact. Emotional online, some of these Liverpool fans. And then the other day on Fuzzy, big up shout out Fuzzy. And I'll out the name, Kinfader13. And I've done a little research on him. Apparently he likes Joey Barton. What? And again, oh my, God forgive me, but what a scumbag of a human being. And this is a guy, and I dislike the guy that I would love to have a charity boxing match with him. That is the dislike of him, because of the things he does and other stuff his family did. You read in the news, Anthony Walker, etc., etc. Again, people making mistakes, disgusting acts of, and not taking accountability. Now, again, same thing, guys. He was, chatting, and he's on about Slot 15 months. He's been bad. And I was like, no, if that's the case, how did we win the league then? You know what I mean? And obviously, another name calling, emotional fool, name calling, stuff like that. Well, I said to him, Mr. Emotional, why don't you go punch a wall? Take it out and punch a wall then. Because he was getting irate. And then he's like, oh, I'll punch you instead, and which, again, the emotional reaction for some of these so-called Liverpool online emotional fools, as I like to call them. And me, just took it what it is, baited him out. And then there's my picture, as you guys seen in the, I come on. That's obviously, some of you know, JK, my brother, was with me. I was at the parade that day, and obviously half and half scarf, and then you're an out of towner fan. So of course I'm not from Liverpool, obviously. Well, I've been to games if I can. I haven't been for a while, for about a year and a half, So again, but these are the inbreds, but you can see where his mentality is, because Liverpool's a worldwide club, and 95% of everyone online, we all support, we're all the same, whether you're in America, London, Timbuktu, Ireland, etc. But again, he's another troll. He's another emotional fool. So again, but it all happened in one day. But in the biggest speed, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we've got to deal with in some of the channels. But that's fine. There's always going to be like that. It's always going to be that. Just like, and again, sorry to get a little bit political. I know I'm going off space. Like, there'll always be some idiots, some people who want to hurt people. There'll be some racist people. This is just the life we live in. But it's a minority. So let's get straight. So that's that with them two emotional fools and Christian. And we got this on the online fan base. Some of you guys, you see it in the show. So it is what it is. But all right, enough said. Let's get back to the main meat and bones of this. Liverpool content creators. Now, this is a bit of a long video. So, Liverpool content creators. You know what? I'm really disappointed. A lot of these content creators are all about the clickbaits, And again, this is, you can agree with me, Jamie Phillips, Ramstans, the Monces, the Don Hassans, Tom Littles, and that's just to name 5. Now, these man are coming on doing wild takes, and like, I remember when Slot lost 1 or 2 games, the emotional abuse Slot out after, and again, I'm talking about the start when we lost against Crystal Palace. These man were putting thumbnails. I mean, what are we doing here? And I see a lot of them, like obviously, Fuzzy mentioned Grace, like some of them, they like to put the clickbait thumbnails and the mad takes. I remember I called out Monts with Gravenberch, and I said to him, you know what? I remember him talking dirt, and I said, oh, so Gravenberch is this, and he said, don't put lies to my name. I said, no, you did. You said he ain't good enough. He's trash. And all of a sudden, you're creaming him. You know what I mean? That was it. Same with Don Hassan. I remember last season when we won the league, Kelleher had great games. When he took in for Alisson, and then basically he drew 3-3. And he goes, oh, Kelleher's rubbish. Kelleher's rubbish. Oh, bring back Alisson, bring back Sen. I said, listen, bro, why are you clickbaiting? He's not rubbish. He made a mistake, but come on. And he goes, this makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I'm clickbaiting. How can I clickbait if I don't have a show? Make it make sense. Yeah? And then obviously I called him out, and that was it. But one thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I addressed those 2 people, and I just left it, because I'll be the biggest hypocrite if I basically go on there and I keep commenting on their page and saying negative stuff, even if I disagree with them, because you don't. And that was it. And other shows, I just don't watch these shows. Yeah, I get sent to them, by my boys, obviously JK and that, I sent to them, and that's it. And each their own. But it's just funny. It's just funny how we have a lot of lost sheep that like to go on these angry clickbaiter guys that like to spill rubbish, and then won a game, lost on this manager, this player, and You know what I mean? Because also the Kingdom of Butts with the chat, the Kim Fader guy saying, oh, you're on an Irishman's channel. Oh, you were saying Slot should stay. Well, common sense, people are allowed to change their mind. None of us are oracles. None of us. None of us. We make a prediction. It could happen. It cannot. You know, it's life. I'm happy to say I'm wrong, you know. And this is what we're going to do with fan base. And I think someone in Jamie Phillips' show, I can't remember the guy that was on it, said the same thing. Oh, da, 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 da. No, we just have logical. Me, I remember the Irishman, even JK to said when we were losing like Crystal Palace, and who was the other game? Who was the other game? Was it Chelsea or something like that? Yeah, we're angry, but we weren't slot out as of yet because we thought you give the manager a chance and maybe Lady B, you know, it's not good, but there's still time to turn around. But of course, if they lose the next 7 games, then of course you're going to be, you know what, we need to change. But this, we deal with emotional fools online. And some of you guys that are real, we can discuss, we can agree, disagree. You know who I'm talking about. You know, Kim Faders. But YouTube content creators, and again, these guys, do they really care about the club? Or is it about the mullah? Or is it about the mullah? Because end of the day, right? You find, and yeah, people, you know, people want to create content, stuff like that. Fuzzy is a real one. You know, listen, Brian Alfred Irishman and 12th, Liverpool 12th man. Listen, Liverpool 12th man, go like, share, subscribe. That's where you see me at. These guys, you know, it's great. They both do shows at different points. Brian does his free for all calling. Anyone can come on. He loves, like Brian always says, and I can speak for him because we spoke about it. He loves talking to different people, you know. Anyone can come in, he puts different title lines, and we have a discussion. He does it long because that's how he is. 12th is more structured, original in terms of certain topics. And we have a structure, we have a nice small community base. But, you know, and some of you that watch it, you are the real ones. You are the ones that we can agree to disagree, we can have debates. But obviously, you got the emotional fools and the clickbaiter podcasters. And, you know, Liverpool YouTube podcasting, Anfield Agenda is another one because they build up. Some of these people, they like to follow sheep. They like to follow controversy. That's how they want to do. They want to get the numbers. They want to say, oh, give me a ticket. Oh, here's my little free ticket. Let me go to Anfield. Yeah, I'm in the press pass. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got 50k followers. And yeah, cool. You might have 50k followers, but this does not make you better than the next man doing YouTube podcasts. Like, for me, look at me. Like, I've never wanted to do podcasting, really. I thought about it to do a shit, but I thought, nah, because I'm happy where I am. I'm just going to give you these guys videos. And like I said, one person likes it, whatever. If it was only one person watching it, no problem. You know what I mean? And my main base is going to be on Liverpool 12th man. So if I do something, it'll be on his show. You know what I mean? Because for me, I want everyone to grow. I want everyone to progress. And again, I'm just giving you names. This is the same. I've seen some little shows here and there, but again, I think Raj on something. I don't know, but these are the main ones that come in my head. You know what I mean? These are the main ones. And again, are they about the club or they're about the numbers, the clickbaiting, the numbers? And it's just sad to see. And you know what it is? These Liverpool YouTubers making Man United, Arsenal, and other fans, which yeah, they're free to do. This is the reason we are becoming the new Arsenal fans online. We are becoming the laughing stock. From some of the YouTubers some of the content creators to some of the people in the chat. We are becoming the laughing stock, and it's sad to see. But also, you can't take a horse to the well, but the well, and if he doesn't want to drink it, you know the saying where I'm getting, guys. But yeah, that's it really. And like I said, man, I'm free. I'm here to call it names. You like who you like. Now, I respected someone that I don't like on content creator that basically they like them. That's fine. That's up to them. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Like I said, some of these, like even Ramsden, like, oh, I remember asking him about Turam. No, he's got 95% and red. Like, listen, man, we all love the game. Like I said, Brian's watching long. I've watched football a long time, but some like a 20-year-old might let me know something that I don't know, which is game. We're not, sometimes, we're all educating each other. So the history is something they might not miss. There's more technology, there's more analysis about certain prospects, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is it. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's just my thoughts, man. Like I said, keep on doing you guys, you know what I mean? Emotional fools. Clickbaiters will be clickbaiters. You know the shows I'm talking about. You know the ones, you know what I mean? And that's just me, innit? Just say it how it is, raw and a cut, you know what I mean? So yeah, big up all of you, man. And I'll shout you tomorrow. Just a preview in the game. And let's see what happens with Liverpool. I mean, we move. Peace.